Agro and CADVET.
Right, sir. Yes. So we have two scientists from Cadigro. Yes, exactly, sir. Yes, allow the students to attend, sir. Yeah. So let them join, and maybe in a very short while from now, we'll be beginning the webinar. So Indrashil University welcomes you all with a very good morning. And today we are very privileged to have Ms. Shravanti, who heads L&D department at Kerala. Correct me, sir, Pradeep sir, if I go, wrong. And today the topic has actually given a very, I mean, you see, different kind of feeling to me, because I feel that every human being has a leader within them. And this leader guides them throughout their life, be it self or others. But to know the right recipe and ingredients of a leader, that is what Shravanti madam is going to take forward. And also we have building blocks. The name is also coined very well. It's not coinage, but it is, very well, given the title. And for that, we have a protocol, ma'am. We always start with the setting up of the context, which Pradeep sir is going to set. And then it will be followed by one of the students who will be introducing you, your credentials, and then the spotlight is on you. Post your address, if there are any questions, we'll address to that. And we'll have reflections from Dr. Sumit. And if deans join us, then they also will have their views on the session. And we'll have wrap up. And again, there will be vote of thanks from one of our students. So this is how we run this small webinar series with Kerala speakers, legends, who guide our students beyond classrooms with their experience and expertise. So over to Pradeep sir for setting up the context.
Thank you so much, Dr. Namrata, for giving a wonderful introduction of the topic. Similarly, on the lines I said, this is at 45th turning point now. So we keep on doing it from last September. And today it's the first anniversary of that. The first we did on the 1st September. So this is something great initiative which was taken, which was definitely suggested by Indrashil University, but then it was equally done with the Kerala Pharma, and all my colleagues, all my people from sales and marketing and HR, they have equally helped me, and because of that, we have completed one successful year. I am sure many turning points must have come in everyone's life. जो हमारे स्टूडेंट सुन रहे हैं वो भी इस बात को एंडोर्स करेंगे कि बहुत सारे ऐसे मोमेंट्स रहे जो सबके लिए टर्निंग पॉइंट्स रहे। हमने जब शुरू किया तब कोविड पीक पे था, तो हमने कोविड अपॉर्चुनिटीज पे भी किया, स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट पे भी किया, काफी सारे सेशंस किए हमने अलग अलग उस पे। लीडरशिप पे भी हमने बहुत सारे किए, लेकिन सबने बताया ट्रेड्स क्या होने चाहिए, लीडरशिप क्या है, नेचुरल क्या है, एक्वायर्ड क्या है, ये क्या है। तो बहुत सारे लोगों ने लीडरशिप के ऊपर बोला, लेकिन चाहिए क्या लीडर बनने के लिए, या व्हाट आर दी बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स, उस पर शायद डिस्कशन हमारा अभी तक नहीं हुआ था। सो लीडरशिप पे बहुत कुछ बोला गया, मतलब आई थिंक 3-4 सेशंस ऑलरेडी हुए, तो सबने बोला ये टाइप की लीडरशिप होती है, लीडरशिप के अंदर ये ट्रेट होने चाहिए, ऐसा होना चाहिए, वैसा होना चाहिए। लेकिन आज आई थिंक दिस इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी यूनिक, विच इज द बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स, बनना कैसे है लीडर। ठीक है, ये अच्छे लीडर हैं, ये ऑक्यूपेशनल हैं, ये बाय डिजिग्नेशन है, ये बाय चॉइस है, ये नेचुरल है, वो सब ठीक है, लेकिन वो बनना कैसे है। और लीडरशिप के लिए बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स, एक सही मटेरियल क्या है। एवरीवन नोज कि अगर एक अच्छी बिरयानी बननी है तो उसमें अच्छे इंग्रेडिएंट्स होना जरूरी है, थोड़ा सा भी 19-20 होने पे उस बिरयानी का पूरा मजा बिगड़ सकता है। So this is the building blocks, then we understand the right ingredient at the right place at the right time can give the word best kind of thing. So today I'll introduce Ms. Shravanti for this. She is the leadership, she is heading the leadership managed development in Kerala Pharma. So definitely she is working with the senior managers in the organization. I think this is the different kind of experience when the people which tomorrow they'll become leader, but still they can demonstrate the traits of leader, and they can show or they can learn how they can become leader in the coming time. So I think this is we are going to discuss. And sir, Vinan sir, welcome. Good to see you.
I must say welcome to Shravanti because we are the hosts.
Good, sir, that
Thank
despite
you, Mr. Pandya.
despite being busy with that, he's trying to shuttle between both the events. So over to Abhinand sir for his opening remarks.
No. First of all, I would like to thank you, Pradeep ji, for getting such a eminent speaker to all our students. And Shravanti, welcome to Indrashil University. We look forward to having you both at IU to address student one-to-one, face-to-face, because that's what gives them the better vibes. On Zoom or the virtual vibes, we are not able to feel it. And once you are there with the students live, you are able to make it connect them eye to eye and able to see them, and there is a dialogue. It's not more like a monologue. So that's what we look forward to. And as such, leadership is my important topic, which I have been gaga over a lot of times in past also. And with the trending things which has been happening over, if you look at the 21st century, the evolution of the kids which are born, they are different, and they are much more faster than the past generation. So looking forward to that part, there are a lot of things happening, and the technology, every 5 years the technology is changing, and now the leadership has to be quite agile with that changing technology. Today if you look at it, even if you become at 50 years or 60 years, you have to be in touch with technology, otherwise you are out. So the leadership has to be very agile, and learnability factor has to be the topmost thing, because it's changing every day. Your financial market is changing, fintech is changing, everything is changing. So that important aspect. And the topmost thing which I feel, I have gone through everything from working with Uday sir at Kotak to ABN AMRO to working with Dr. Modi, another part of there, or maybe my alma mater with Sloan, with Tara and other. So where we look at, what are the best quality, the humility is the best thing, how down to earth you are in adjusting with even the peon, or making live telecast with somebody who is at the political level. So you have to change your bandwidth every time. So that thing is required with the new leadership thing, and that visioning skill, sense making skill, inventing skills. These are the paradigm for any new leadership. And I would not like to talk much about it. The new guys, they are very much agile. They are able to learn out of it. And wisdom advice from us, they are going to be the great leaders. And I would like to see more entrepreneur leaders, which they are going to take it to the next level. Maybe Bezos, maybe something like Ratan Tata, maybe our chairman, he started with bicycle, or Karsan Bhai. They all started with bicycle, how they are able to judge the customer is the king, and they are able to deliver through test market. These are small things which they have done it. Today we are doing it in theory, but they have all done it practical. And that's what makes them the great leader. And over to Shravanti, I would not like to talk because I can keep on going on with this topic, but I would like to listen from you, and also I would like kids, to fully concentrate here and come up with questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhinand
Thank
sir.
you.
Sir, I intervene here. Sorry for that. Harsh Vyas, one of our students, he's in BTech Sem 7 engineering branch. So he will be introducing the speaker today. So over to Harsh. Harsh, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, ma'am. Good morning, respected ma'am, all faculty members and students. I am Harsh Vyas from 7th Sem Computer Science and Engineering. Today's topic of this webinar is the building blocks for new age leadership. So in this webinar, we will know what is leadership, what are leadership qualities, what values are most important to be a leader in recent time. All this type of question will be answered by our speaker. Experienced corporate specialist with a demonstrated history of working in the automotive and IT industries, skilled in executive development, management, employee training, management information systems, and leadership. Strong administrative professional, graduated from Central Institute of English and Foreign Languages. She was head of talent development function for Signity Technologies, the world's second largest independent software testing services company with 1,600 people and offices spread across 5 countries. So I am not taking much time. On behalf of Industrial University, let's welcome Mrs. Shravanti Chekragare ma'am.
Thank you very much, Harsh. Yeah, Signity definitely was one of my earlier employers. Just before joining Cadila Pharmaceuticals, I was with an organization called Daimler Limited. I mean, Daimler is the parent company of Mercedes-Benz, and I was leading the Leadership Academy. We called it the Daimler Corporate Academy, which is the leadership university for the Asia Pacific region. So I was heading the 11 countries in the Asia Pacific zone of the world. So that was the latest before I joined. And yeah, I'm not actually a job butterfly, but I definitely moved from one place to the other and have about 5 to 6 companies that I worked in, multiple industries. Yeah, pharma industry, this is the first stint that I have, and I profusely thank and I'm indebted to Cadila Pharmaceuticals for giving me an opportunity to learn from this industry, to associate with the beautiful human beings that each of you is. I'm learning every day, and I would like to partner with you in this learning journey. Learning for me, I believe, is an exchange of information. It is about making me a next version of myself from where I am right now. And I believe it's the same definition of learning for all of us, that is uniform. So do I teach as a learning and development person, as a leadership development person? I believe it is only half of it. It is just exchange of information. I learn in the exchange of the time that I invest. I'm very selfish that way. So for today, when Pradeep came in to me, stating, "Can you just do this for me?" I had a hard-pressing commitment, personal one, and I was thinking, should I not? Both professional and personal, of course. It is just about 1.5 days of a preparation that we had. So I said, what do I really do? And I looked into multiple of the topics that you already went through. And almost everything about leadership is covered. Almost everything about learning and development is covered. Everything on professionalism is covered. Can I really do something more than what is covered? Yes, of course. There is plethora of topics in the internet. But do I want to go the internet way? I don't want to. I didn't want to, and I was pretty cognizant of making a decision of that nature, because you're all technology savvy, unlike our generation. I was requesting Dr. Bajaj also not to calculate my age, but I can tell you I belong to the old age. Yeah, and how old I will not tell you, of course. My generation, we were all pen paper times. We were in-person times. World has changed, world has transformed over a period of time. And today, if I have to talk about the time, there's no time to talk about the time. It's so agile. It's so nimble and fast-footed. You guys run faster than the imagination of time itself. So in such a time, can I really give you anything that is already stated by our generation as leadership traits, as leadership behaviors, or leadership expectations that we have set as examples? Honestly speaking, no. Whatever we set as thought leadership or as an example is passé. It may not be relevant. Like Abhinandan just said, it could be the experiential wisdom that we may pass across to or percolate down to the next layers, but not the knowledge, because knowledge is as dynamic as ever in time now. So what does it call for, and what do I really come with as content to you? I don't say learning, but content to you, which might add some value. I felt something that is beyond the internet, something that is beyond Google, something that comes from my observation. If I call it wisdom, that's too much of a flattering, but let me indulge in self-flattery for some time. Yeah. So then I said, what is it that we took for granted, or rather we had the advantage of walking on the footsteps of our predecessors, the leaders before us set a stage for us, and we could just pick up from them. It was most of it, the plug-in play system that worked for us, which fortunately or unfortunately does not work for you. What is it then that calls for efficient leadership for your generation? And I believed, okay, here, Pradeep, is it possible that I'll get the screen share facility?
Sure, sure. Sure. Dr. Sumit, can you please give the screen sharing rights?
I think it is given to all the
Okay.
panelists.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have to help me how I do that. How do I do that, Pradeep?
Yeah, and the share screen you can see at the bottom.
At the bottom, you have to click on
If you
it.
can see green,
Yes, screen. Yes, yes, got it. Got
screen
it.
share. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Is my
visible.
screen visible?
It is
Yeah.
visible. Building blocks for new age leadership.
Correct. So, what are the building blocks? Have we set the building blocks? No. Unfortunately, no. Fortunately for you, it is the building blocks that you will build for yourselves, which calls for great innovation from your end, which calls for setting your own future. You're not copying anybody. You're not walking on somebody else's footsteps, but you're creating your own. You're creating your present. You're creating your future. And that is the advantage that your generation has. And what are these? And I call them the intelligences. And I zeroed down on 6 intelligences that will drive smart leadership, that will drive the leadership of the current and the future. You are the luckiest generation of the leaders, I say, for you have the opportunity to create what you want and how you want to lead your generation, or rather your leadership time, your leadership journey. Like Dr. Bajaj just now said, each one of us is born as a leader. It all determines on what are we doing with that leadership within. Do we make a difference to myself, or do I make a difference to the people who work with me, or do I make a difference to the world that I live in? It is a decision that one makes. Now, what is it that is really important, or rather, what does it call for us to be an efficient and effective leader in whatever position that we assume? The 3 positions that I said: self-leadership, people leadership, or the societal leadership. Whatever transformation that I would want to bring in is a decision that I make for myself. And to be effective and efficient in the decision that I make, these are the 6 intelligences that I zeroed on. There could be multiple more, there could be less as well. But this, for our context today, the contextual intelligence, the moral, the social and emotional, generative, technological, and transformative intelligences that are extremely important for us. And very, very quickly, they will get into understanding, or rather discussing, the 6 different intelligences that are expected out of us, or that will help us drive our own current and future. For setting the rules of the game, you can stop me in between for questions. We can also wait till the end of, till the end when I complete all the 6 intelligences and the descriptions of them, and then take on the question and answers. I leave it to you completely. The only disclaimer that I have, at 11:45, I will have a hard stop. Yeah, perfect. So should we start with that now? Brilliant. Thank you so much. So we start with the contextual intelligence. The terminology, or rather the title itself, says, in a sense, leaders are both the navigators and the captains of the ongoing journey. More so, your generation of leaders. You need ongoing mechanisms for achieving clarity, both about your current situation as well as the desired outcomes, which means the destinations, a clarity on the destination, on the horizons, and the opportunities that you have. And this clarity of context is essential for taking relevant actions, the right decisions, and the action there for, after that. There's something called the OODA loop, if you can see on the screen, the OODA loop. Any clue on where this comes from? Anything that triggers as a prior knowledge? Now, if we really have to analyze your situation, it is nothing lesser than, or nothing less serious than, that of a fighter pilot. In the recent one, we have seen what we went through as a world. The last 2 years have been crazy, have been so unanticipatable that anybody else in our generation would have seen in the last 50 to 60 years. And we have all grown old, and it is about you who will drive this transformative time with effective change plans that you bring in. And how does that happen is about being current, being aware of the context that you are in, and driving the future with for smooth execution. So you're all the fighter pilots where you have unanticipatable situations every minute. You are in a crisis situation every moment. And what are the fighter pilots trained for? They are trained on the OODA loop, which means to say that they are trained to observe, orient, decide, and act, and all of these in a blink of an eye. So how do we do this? Cultivate or listen to the divergent perspectives, exercise intuition in appropriate measures, perceive weak signals around you, and conduct mental rehearsals for unimaginable outcomes. And all these approaches to cultivate contextual, all these approaches together cultivate a contextual intelligence. So OODA loop, a fighter pilot gets less than a minute to make a decision and then to act. Fortunately for you, it is not about 1 minute, but maybe you have a day or a little more than that. So are you all ready to be the fighter pilots for the future and secure the future for your next generations and for yourselves as well? Are we ready to move on to the next intelligence? The moral intelligence. Why do we really have to talk about this? Whether you are in the corporate, like we set the context in the beginning itself, whether you are in the corporate or you are a self-leader or you are the leader of the entire society around you, all journeys express a purpose that is shaped by a particular set of values. Strategy, which means what we must do, is always how we realize our mission. I mean, strategy is something that sets the context for how we realize our mission. The mission, what we really seek to achieve. What is it that we want to achieve is our mission, which is aligned to your strategy, of course. Now, your strategy and your mission together reflect your purpose. Why are you in the business that you are in? Business is just not about the commercial business that you are in. The business is the purpose of why you are doing what you're doing. And all these are based on your values, which are your enduring beliefs or the belief system of yours. Now, why are these important? Why should we really be value-based at all? Why should we have a purpose? Why should we have a purpose that is driven by a mission? And why should we have a mission that has a strategy to be executed? And why should all of these to be tied to the value system at the end? And this is to ensure that you have a sustainable development for the future. Yeah, do they play the pivotal role in creating the societal benefit and supporting the sustainable development? Yes? Right. So moving on, more than ever, this is the time of connecting with people. More so, I say, we had the opportunity, or rather our generation had the opportunity of the personal connect, of the physical connect with our stakeholders. Now is all technology. We are driven by technology. We are compelled to adapt and adopt technology. More so in times right now when we connect remotely. And it calls for high social and emotional intelligence. And these intelligences, of course, the social and emotional, express our values in terms of how we interact with and influence others. Ultimately, we cannot deny the fact that we connect through our empathy and compassion, our ability to put ourselves in the shoes of others. This in turn allows us to inspire and motivate as a trusted role model. Leaders, you must also develop, or rather, you're also expected to cultivate the diagnostic ability to read beneath the surface, or rather beneath what is verbally stated or communicated, or rather understand the emotional makeup of the others. This enables smart decisions about how to collaborate, who to work with, and how to develop oneself while developing my surroundings around me. And what does this generative intelligence call for, and what does this really mean for us? For me, the ability to birth new ideas and realize value from them is the engine that provides the how of journeying to a desired future. Like we said, you are the architects. You are the architects of today. Whatever we did till yesterday is disrupted, COVID or otherwise. It's all disrupted, and that's a non-negotiable fact that we are sitting on today. So it is imperative that we develop in the leadership the ability to birth new ideas and realize value from them in order to develop and establish a desired future. So you can decide what is the future you would want to look forward to, and then set your building blocks accordingly. How well do I mobilize my creativity and that of others to realize this value? To what extent am I able to orchestrate the talents of diverse contributors is what calls for efficient leadership, according to me. Isn't it time for innovation to come to innovation? We've spoken about innovation enough. We had generations to bring about innovation live, like say, for example, till about yesterday. I mean, when I'm saying yesterday, it is literally yesterday. Till about yesterday, the world believed that for a vaccine to see life, it could take decades, right? But today, we saw that your generation has brought in vaccination into exercise and application within just months, and an effective one into picture. So agile is your leadership today, and that is what is called for. Now, is that what you did today going to be the standard? No, I think the dynamism in the leadership and the situational the situation and the dynamism in the time that we're going through is never more agile than ever. So are we all prepared for that, to lead that disruptive time and to run at a pace that the world doesn't give us time to even decide what is the pace that I've got to set for myself to run on? There is no target that is already set. You will have to set that on the go, on the move. So am I really contextual with respect to understanding what is happening around me? Do I go the right way? Do I really have my values in place to exercise what I need to do? I understand what is my problem statement even before the problem surfaces. And do I take that right path? Am I really value-based as a leader to make that right decision in the interest of myself, in the interest of the people around me, in the interest of the world for today and for tomorrow? That's your emotional intelligence and your social consciousness. And do I really have that intelligence to capture what is to be captured, what is to be addressed from the generative intelligence? Technological intelligence, no brainer, you're all the masters, and I am someone who has got to learn from you. I believe this is more contextual, or rather this is more required for the leadership of my generation. Leaders must be, or rather it is imperative for the leaders to understand, make use of, and amplify the power of rapidly emerging technologies and their impact. We have seen, we all see that transformation happening. In the last 20 years, all of us discussed, my generation discussed about the importance of moving from the physical to the digital mode, from adapting and adopting the automation, going the digital way, adopting the technology in an efficient manner, but the pandemic, but the coronavirus, certain times thanks to it, in definitely the sarcastic way, of course. I mean, I don't say thanks to it in a positive sense, but then, yeah, it gave us, it called for, or rather it tested our agility. It tested our agility on adopting. And I think even my grandmother today answers her mobile phone. Even my mom, I mean, she texts on the WhatsApp. So that's the dramatic and the dramatic transformation that we all went through. Very, very nimble, very, very agile, very, very quick. And at that pace that is unbelievable for each of us. I never expected myself to be delivering, virtual classroom. I was always against that. Not that I didn't believe it, not that I felt it is ineffective, but then somewhere there could have been that hidden inhibition within me, saying that maybe I wouldn't be able to do, maybe I'll have to be dependent on somebody else to operate the technology. Maybe the fear that I would prove myself less efficient than the newer generation, multiple inhibitions within, multiple fears within. I fought all of them. I mean, when I say all of us, I represent all of us in my generation. We all had that, multiple of us. I mean, many of us had that, but we fought it. And today we appreciate ourselves, and we are more appreciative of ourselves than ever. We know that we can also be agile. We can also be extremely, technology friendly and adopt and adapt to the change. Last but not the least, the transformative intelligence. We have spoken about multiple of them in sequence, the 5 of them earlier, and we saw the need for change. We saw the need to be contextual. We saw the need for being in the present, being mindful of what is happening around me, and being sensitive towards the people and the profitability at the same point in time. And now comes the real picture. While I know the theory of all of it, none of us is ignorant of what I spoke already. We are all adults. We are all matured. We have the Google Chacha in hand. Google and all this information is available. So is this rocket science that I spoke just now? Definitely not. There is nothing new that I spoke just now. But I would definitely want to draw all our attention towards execution excellence. While innovation is the need, it's no brainer for a Shravanti to sit here and say innovation is called for, or agility is called for, empathy is called for in this generation. All that is definitely important. But then knowing all of it, putting that to practice, putting that in the interest of everybody around me, and having that action rolled out and making a difference is what is more important than anything else that we discussed till now. And that is driving the sense of urgency in myself and the society around me. Do I practice execution excellence? Do I have that executing excellence at all? Is that important for me, or am I just a talker? We need talkers and doers, both of them. But I mean, in my generation, that was the facility. We were, some of us were the influencers and the motivators, whom we called ourselves the leaders. Said I had only got to, in my leadership chair, the big chair that I sit in, I only will have to motivate my team members to get into action. But in your generation, that is not so. We are all moving towards holacracy, which means to say, if I'm an expert in a particular area, I become the leader in that area, right? Irrespective of what chair I sit in, irrespective of what designation I carry with me as a crown. So if the crown system is gone, the zamindari is gone now. So leadership is all about self-leadership. I assume leadership when I know, when I'm confident, I'm good at a particular concept, right? I assume that leadership and say, folks, come along with me. I will lead you. I can guide you in this. And it is irrespective of being a president, being a vice president, or just being a team member just out of the college. It doesn't matter. What calls for today is excellence. Is excellence in the concept, is the excellence in driving agility, in driving action. Make sense? Yeah. So very quickly to consolidate. if you give me the liberty to call this a framework at all, the ultimate test for this framework of the 6 intelligences is utility. Yeah. So imagine applying them in the current times. We count on our leaders. When I say leaders, it is you. Our time is passé. We are the past, right? We are walking backwards, laying the foundation for you, laying the right set and the platform for you to come, take on, lead us, who left you behind, who left the floor for you and moved behind or are backwards, and to take your current and future ahead. So for this, we promise ourselves to understand the concept, to reflect on the moral code of conduct, to tap on the social and the emotional quotient of world around you, to generate solutions, embrace technology, and drive transformations. Whether or no coronavirus or other inevitable black swans to come, it is the responsibility of leaders to hone these intelligences and cultivate cognitive complexity. Each of these intelligences is extremely essential. It is the artful demonstration of these intelligences, the combination of all of these that generate the real power of smart leadership for today and tomorrow. And the floor is open for questions. I will try my best.
Before I invite anyone, I am tempted. Could you please unshare the screen?
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much. In fact, I am tempted and I cannot resist saying that you yourself have exhibited the artful demonstration of all the intelligence, especially when you kept aside your personal commitment and said yes to our webinar. And that too in the 11th hour, because Pradeep sir was very much worried at that time that 2 of the speakers have backed out for genuine reasons, of course. So you have shown, madam, the first intelligence that was contextual. You were very agile, and the other, the social and emotional also was a mixture of intelligences was exhibited. So we have live example before us, of in your, way, in your form. And as well, we have seen Ayu and Ayu entire fraternity, whether it is staff, faculty, or students, they quickly adapted to online teaching, which you were talking about. So that also is giving some glimpses of the intelligence which has been acquired by all. So now I hand over the chance to Abhinand sir for his reflections.
I'll take 30 seconds.
Yeah, sure.
Dr. Bajaj, actually, I must say, I must thank Pradeep and you for this opportunity. I would have really missed meeting and interacting all of you, had I not decided to take this up. Thank you for this. And I feel fortunate that I made this decision.
We are grateful, Madam Brother. Over to Abhinand sir.
Yes.
Overall, thanks Shravanti. It was really a nice, resourceful talk for all of us and all the kids. They are in the learning phase, and whatever bites are there, they will take away with them in the corporate world, because we are making them ready for the corporate world. And these are quite important talks for them to understand from the wisdom world. Ultimately, their agility to learn will guide them to the next level. But whenever we are able to give them bites of wisdom words, they are able to absorb and they are able to make them much better compared to the which is there in the surroundings. And that's how I feel that the kids which are studying in Indrashil University, they have more cutting edge, because they are getting the wisdom directly from who has got some kind of experience. They've gone through that churning in their career, and they are able to deliver the right mix of the career. Today, if you look at it, whenever I was studying in 1998 days, I never used to get such wisdom words. It was all the learning phase, then going through the management phase. Then I realized that, management phase is a different one. The leadership phases are different. So, and these kids are able to get everything in the cracks. So they are able to move to the next level faster, and they are able to understand that part. And if you are able to, they may feel that whatever they are talking is, above the air. But even if they get 5% of it, they are going to be much better in the corporate world. And thank you for such a talk. We look forward to have you at the campus, because I always believe that one-to-one vibes is much better. And I would like to open for the questions. Namrata madam, you can open to the questions if some of the
Uh,
students have some questions.
Yeah, sure. I'm just
Interaction, then
waiting
you
for
can
that.
put them live.
sure. Till the time,
Sumit
sir,
sir.
I will say something about it. Ma'am, so I find it very myself very incompetent to speak about these 6 type of intelligence that you have actually spoken about. But one thing I can say about it, this is for everyone. So whatever we have listened from you, the words of wisdom, natu chor haryam, natu raj haryam, na bhratu bhagyam, na cha bharkari.
अच्छा भारकारी
व्यवे व्यय कृत्य वर्धते एव नित्यम विद्या धनम सर्वधनम प्रधानम। तो जो आज हम इंटेलिजेंस लेके जा रहे हैं, आई थिंक ना तो हमसे कोई ले सकता है, राजा चोर ले सकता है या चोर ले सकता है या कोई हमसे छीन सकता है, ना इसका कोई वजन है। ये रोज बांटने से बढ़ती है और ये दुनिया में सबसे बड़ी विद्या है जो आज आपने दी है। सो दीज आर दी 6 इंटेलिजेंस। आई फाइंड इट वेरी इनकॉम्पिटेंट टू स्पीक, सो आई विल नॉट बी एबल टू स्पीक ऑन 6 इंटेलिजेंस, बट दिस आई कैन से ये 6 हमारे साथ हमेशा रहेंगी और इसको हम कोशिश करेंगे और इसको पढ़ें, इसको जाने समझे, उसके बारे में और रिसर्च करें, प्रैक्टिकली इम्प्लीमेंट करें। So this is my lesson from this, and this was a real wonderful. It was a treat to listen to you today for this. I think same have been the feedback of all my students, my beloved Indrashil University students.
Thank you, Pradeep, and thank you for taking my reflection back to Bhartrihari Subhashitani. You just reminded me of my school days when I studied Sanskrit. Thank you. Actually, I must also apologize to all of you. Pradeep did ask me to make a combination of both the languages, Hindi and English. In a formal context, it gets a little. Actually, मेरे दिमाग से निकल गया है ये. Sorry about that. मुझे combination करनी चाहिए थी. मेरी हिंदी इतनी साफ नहीं है, but कोशिश कर लेती हूँ. I should have done that. Next time, I will be more cautious of my linguistic ability as well.
मैडम अभी स्टूडेंट्स हमारे जो हैं वो वोट ऑफ थैंक्स बोलेंगे तो वो अपना रिफ्लेक्शन भी बता देंगे, तो दे विल कम टू नो एंड यू विल आल्सो कम टू नो कि उन्होंने कितना इम्बाइब किया. इट इज सीपिंग डाउन, हालांकि अभी वो बता नहीं पा रहे हैं पर इट इज गोइंग डाउन somewhere slowly. So over to Bhavya Raj, who will reflect the learnings and takeaways from your session today. Bhavya Raj.
Good morning, everyone. I, Bhavya Raj, on behalf of Indrashil University, extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our speaker, Shravanti ma'am, who spared time from her busy schedule to grace this webinar. Today, we had a great opportunity to hear her thoughts, and this will surely be going to help us in our future. Last but not least, a big thank you to all of you for attending this webinar. Thank you.
Bhavya Raj, you were very short, and sweet, as you have been, answering. He is actually our quiz, winner most of the time. So whenever quizzes are held, so he has replied, in a very monosyllabic and in a very short manner. Bhavya Raj, I was expecting more from you, your takeaways. Fair enough.
Thank you, Bhavya Raj. And I'm definitely looking forward to visit Indrashil University in person sometime, like Mr. Pandya said. I'm awaiting this opportunity. Pradeep and I, we will visit, and we will grab that opportunity to interact with you in live.
We'll look forward
ऑनलाइन
for
से
that day.
पेट जरूर बढ़ता है लेकिन आत्मा नहीं बढ़ती है, आत्मा ऑफलाइन से ही बढ़ती है.
वर्चुअल ईटिंग भी सर कुछ नहीं होता है, खाना तो खाना ही चाहिए. Agreed.
I can assure you good food over here.
So, madam, taking care of your time also, so we wrap up here. And सुमित सर, आप कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? मैंने आज सुमित सर को बोला था तो उन्होंने बोला कि टेक्नोलॉजी वाला है. सर अनम्यूट कर दीजिए अपने आप को.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Really, I have learned today 6 type of intelligence, but I know one artificial intelligence.
Yeah, he's coming with his thought process.
True.
So
That's definitely an addition.
Yeah. So, in addition to that topic, leadership, the student, one day they have to go for it because they will go to the corporate and they have to lead a team. So obviously, this is very important topic what you have discussed. And thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving your presentation and time.
Sir, your technology intelligence cannot be, sir, paralleled. I mean, cannot be compared so far as we are concerned.
He is highlighting machine learning as a part of one.
Exactly. AI and all intelligence and everything is there. Thank you so much, everyone, for
Thank you.
being with us. Indrashil University wishes you safety and health. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
everyone.
very much. Thank you.